it doesn't include the last candle, current candle. So if you want to do on the daily chart, it won't include the current day. So that's why it's good to zoom in, so you get a little bit more accurate information. From here to here. Let's see if there's any changes in the volume. Yeah, I know. That's so stupid. I've got sugar. I put sugar on it now. New cereal. Yeah, no changes. Value area low a little bit higher, so nothing to write home about. There's quite a lot of volume in this Ranger. If you look at it, that's quite a lot of volume there. So yesterday I had 2 planned longs. I'll just quickly go over them. My initial plan was to long the point of control, which kind of didn't work. Why didn't it work? Because there was no reaction. I still longed, so we all make mistakes. And I should have really closed it. I had quite a wide invalidation, but I got stopped out. And then I took another long down here, which was my second trade plan, which was good. And then I got stopped out again. And the reason why I was stopped out is because I put a really tight invalidation. That was my second mistake. It's good to make mistakes because you can learn from them, you know, and it's just more knowledge and more information. And then I'm in a long now. So I took my third long and I still haven't taken profit. And that's just the game, isn't it? That's just the name of the game. You take, you risk, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And the key to success is consistency. So we just have to make consistent risk versus reward, consistent risk and consistent reward. And on average, we can increase our bank balances as long as we don't get emotional. Yeah, so I think that trade, this one was good, and the one I had before, which was the point of control, was not good. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I don't know if anyone else longed. Yeah, so this is the question. The question now is, what next? Just hide that for a second. What's that one? So I've got this short idea back into the point of control. And there's some single prints there, the top of some single prints. Now you just have to be really careful with the short, because we're starting to see a little bit of strength now on the price action. And if we don't get a rejection here, or if we get a rejection, but we just go down somewhere here to find support and attack the point of control again, and reclaim the point of control as support, then we're going up. That will happen. And the reason that will happen is because the single prints will fill. All of this zero volume will fill all the way up to the top, right up to the previous all-time high in this volume. There's a big volume gap there. And not the caveat, but the condition for filling this gap is acceptance into the single print area. Okay, now it's more likely than not on first attack we will get a rejection, and the reason why we'll probably get a rejection is because of the point of control, and we have a level there as well, I think. So let me have a look at it. Let's have a look. We have a 382. Where is that 382 of the whole range? from this low to this high, we have a 382. So let me just pull that out. That's the one. Let me pull that into my short group. Okay. We have the point of control. We have the single print. We have this swing failure. So let me just pull that out as well. Which line was that? That one. Okay, let's just get it all together so we know exactly what we're doing. Okay, and if we do a local pull on this range, let's see if we have anything interesting. Golden pockets higher up. What about this one? That's much higher up. I do a full fib. Nothing. Okay. What about from the highs? Any change? Yeah, 382 on this overall range. See, there's another level there just underneath the point of control. From that pivot high to this pivot low, you have a 382. You have a couple of 382s here. The reverse and the pullback into the point of control. Single prints with a swing failure. Okay. Let me just have a look at this volume as well from this drop. This is interesting. Let me have a look at all of this. You can see the gap. Can you see the gap? The volume there, all the way to there. I think it's possible this gap fills, actually. If we reclaim that point of control, I don't see why this gap doesn't fill. People obviously start long in the highs again. Just want to do a VWAP. Anchor VWAP. That's much higher. I think interesting. Let's do an anchored VWAP of this whole range. We're coming into it now. So there's going to be a little bit of resistance here. We're coming close. Cactus cake. You know I love me Sol. It's held up well considering the correction. Sol is going to outperform Ethereum for sure this bull market. But you can't fade on Ethereum because the big investors will focus on Ethereum and Bitcoin just because it's a higher market cap and they want to take less risk, probably. The more institutional investors. I think the trend line is a waste of time. It wasn't good to begin with. I mean, if you look at it closely, you'll see that there was a little bit of rejection until it flipped it. So it is in play, but it's not great because you can't trade it. But there was a real indication there that the price was looking to reverse as you got back above it. Get rid of it now. Let me see. It's better now. Nope. Usually it's this one. Let's see if there's a pitchfork. Maybe use this like an A. Not really, huh? There's nothing there. Let's try something else. Let's try it from the other side. So anything here? No. That's the other way. Sorry. Just see. I'm not going to talk. I'm just thinking, actually. Sorry. Just in case you're wondering. I could talk out loud. I'm just trying to see if I can see anything with these pitchforks. You know, you never know. You might see something. The reaction there. Reaction. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, look, it's coming up to it, huh? It's not great, but it's okay. I like it if the midpoint reacts. You see, this is a pivot from pivot to pivot to pivot, so it's like an A, and it's a shift. Do a modified shift as well, will be slightly different. But on this example, the shift is better. And I like to look at the midpoint first to see if there's a reaction on the midpoint. You can see here, 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 and here. There's a little bit of reaction on the midpoint. Here, when it came down, it reacted here. See that? And then on the top, there was some kind of something going on at the top of this shift. And if you see where it coincides, if we do push up, we're coming into it quite nicely at a point of confluence. That just gives me a little bit more hope that this trade could work, a little bit more confidence. So I'm just looking for confidence, building my confidence for this trade. That's the short. I put the pitchfork in that short group. See that? It's kind of what you're looking to do when you're looking to create a trade plan. You're looking to create areas of interest where you have maximum amount of confluence for either support or resistance. And that's really what you're doing on the charts all day long. You're looking for confluence, and then time is really important too. So, you know, if we can come up into that area of interest at the right time, then you're going to get the maximum amount of resistance, and then you can take the trade. And you have, then you're looking at a high probability setup. Okay, you could always, the price could always do this. You always have to bear that in mind. Just like I was looking to long the point of control, and even though I had a lot of confluence there, the price just went through it. You can always do that. So that's why you're always looking for the reaction first before you take the trade. If you see a reaction, the first reaction that you will look for are longs closing. That's the first reaction. If you see that longs closing, that would be a good sign to take a short in an area of interest. And for longing, it's reversed. So if you want to long a drop, the minute you start seeing shorts close, that's a good sign. Okay, because that means the market, the shorts are starting to exit. They don't expect further. They don't expect lower. They're starting to take profit. Areas of take profit for shorts, a good place to long. In reverse, areas of take profits for longing is good places to short. It's in reverse. So it's a good indication. I like that. Now, how far can it go? Well, look, it could go quite far. It depends on how far it gets. But if you were to do a full pull, let's say it goes up to the point of control. Depends. We have to see how far it gets. And then you'll be looking for the pullback. And I would consider this bullish if we had a pullback. If we kind of held this level here, I would still consider this some kind of bullish reversal. A pullback would be normal because you're going to get short center, longs close. The question is, how far does it go back? That's the question. And we don't know that yet. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to figure out how far it could go back. Where is a good place to take profit if we take a short? And you see that from the drop, the volume range is quite wide. So it could come back into the value area high of this drop and find support just there. So it is possible, you know. That wouldn't be a lucrative trade if you have a wide stop. But you would have to take profit somewhere to make it a risk-free trade. Delete that. Let me see these. Okay, so these are coming back. Yeah, so that's been cleared. These MPOCs are being cleared. I'll delete those. This one's been cleared. We'll get rid of that. Here's my higher time frame. Where my levels go? SP. It's Tuesday. But yeah, you got this trend line as well. Do you see that? Perfect. I like that. Where's that trend line? That one. And bring it into that short. So we have a trend line as well from the top of these two pivots coming down to roughly the same area of interest. So we're just building a case. It's like you're going into court, yeah, and you're trying to build a case. Like we're trying to build a prosecution case for taking a short. That's what we're trying to do now. And We're just trying to find areas of interest where the price could find resistance, and then the more levels we find, trend lines, patterns, liquidity levels, volume levels, fib levels, it just gives you a much stronger case for taking a trade. That's basically what we're doing all day long now when we're looking for trades. And then it, like I said, it's really important that you get into there at the right time. Time is really important. So it's not always exactly on time, because obviously the New York session is going to open at about sometime this afternoon. The clocks have gone forward, so I'm not sure what time it is now. But, you know, you could be looking like that. You know, that could be your trick. It could be a bit earlier. All right. I think that's quite good. Let me pull that into my little plan here. Now, you don't preempt these trades. You're looking for the reaction. So don't just go, oh, this looks good, I'm going to take it, because for reasons that you don't know, the price could always do that. So if you preempt it, where's your invalidation? If you don't see a reaction, you won't have an invalidation. Okay? You need an invalidation. Now, you could arbitrarily put a wide invalidation, but it'd be a lot safer to wait for the reaction. Wait for this. You take the trade and you have an invalidation. Yeah? Because then you're not expecting this. But, you know, people have different kinds of risk appetite, and you have to do you know, like do whatever you feel is right according to your own risk appetite. We have to see how the reaction is. We have to see how far it goes. If we make another attempt at the point of control after we've hit it once, I'd be more inclined to think that we're looking to reclaim it, especially if we break this trend line. I think this trend line is quite important. If we come off it, which is more likely than not, and then come back into it again and kind of reclaim it and attack the POC after we've broken it, then I think probably we'll be looking to reclaim the POC and try and fill that gap. And effectively what's happening is that the price is always searching for liquidity, but it's also trying to fill gaps, because the markets don't like gaps. Okay, that's my short idea. I don't have any long ideas right now because I'm in a long. Okay, and it's challenging, because if people want to get into a long, how do you get into a long? You wouldn't just long, because if you were to just long now, where's your invalidation? If you have a wide invalidation, which would be these lows, there's no ROI. There's no risk versus reward to make this trade a viable trade. Assuming that you're looking to take profit at the point of control, why wouldn't you? So you'd be looking for a shorter invalidation, and look, you just can't find a small invalidation in these highs. You know, maybe you could put it under these candle structure here, at this pivot here. You're still not getting a great ROI. It's basically, if you took the trade now, it'd be a 1-to-1. And we don't even, you're assuming the price can't do this, which can very easily do that. Price can very easily do this. Very easy. Wouldn't be hard for the price to do that. Stop people out and go up. That's what the price loves to do. It loves to stop people out and go up. So it's very difficult to get along now, unless you get a swing failure. Like that. You can do it on the swing failure, but if the price starts going down, it could also do this. So it's not the best place to long. I wouldn't long right now. Yeah, I can't see a long at this kind of in this range because we are in the top of this value area now, coming into the value area high, not far away from my area of interest for shorting. So I can't really see a long right now. What would be better is let the short play out and then see where the price corrects and see if there's continuation on the short. If you find that the price kind of gives you an invalidation, you've got this value area, it can't really go down, it comes back up, then you could actually long. You're still longing into resistance, yeah, but at least you have a better, you've all these people have taken profit, the shorts have taken profit, all the longs have taken profit, the selling has stopped. You can see that it's coming back into some kind of resistance. You have a very definite invalidation. Unfortunately, you're going back into the point of control, so in that case it'll be a lot safer to flip that into support, to go up and fill that gap. I think that would be a lot safer. You just need an invalidation. So if you're not in a long, if you see that the price gets acceptance into the single prints, and what is acceptance? It's a good question. Acceptance is basically two 30-minute candle closes into above a level into an area. Yeah. So if you can get two 30-minute candle closes into the single prints, then you have a kind of like you have a trade plan there. You then you don't want to see us lose the single prints. Once you're in it, you want to see it fill all the way to the top. Okay, so potentially there's a long trade there, and again it's this very defined line where you've got an area to short, but if you break that trend line, you get back out of the point of control, get into the single prints. I mean, that's basically a massive sign of strength. Then you can take a long all the way up to the next level of interest, which is up here. Fill the single prints, and then you can short again. There's another short there because that's exactly where longs will be taking their profits. Right there. You can see there's quite a lot of confluence up there. You've got the golden pocket. You've got this 236. You've got this previous all-time high from the bull market. Got this local value area low from that upper range. You'd have a slightly wider stop potentially, but I think you'd be looking to fill the single prints. So where that blue line is. You see this from yesterday? Yeah, it really wasn't easy. Look, 3 swing failures yesterday. My phone was on silent. Give me a second. I'll send it to you. I was wondering if you can check out Arrow today. Yeah, I'm going to have a look at Arrow. I have a little bit of time. Welcome everyone. I got a few viewers while I'm eating my cereal. Someone's calling me. That's what I love about the Google phone. You've got the screening service, so I can screen them without speaking to them. Very useful if you don't recognize numbers. All right. Any questions? Cereal, is it? I didn't know that. Craig, welcome. Okay. Zil. Any questions on my ideas for today? And then, I mean, look, at any point in time, the price, you know, this is Bitcoin. The price could at any point in time do anything. These are ideas where I'd be looking to take trades if and when they happen at the right time. Timing is really important. Okay, and if they don't happen, they don't happen. I don't take the trades. Short, long, short, depending on what happens. Okay, and there's going to be a million trade ideas in this little range and in the whole range, and you know, everyone has their ideas. This is just the way I analyze it, and for all intents purposes, this is educational and entertainment value. But I am trading this, so like, I'm not like not trading my trade plans. And I hope it helps. So it's really interesting because I saw, I'm going to show you this actually. Let me hide this. I don't know what to think about these YouTube people. Yeah. Sometimes it's like really cringy watching their content. And I do follow a bunch of people and I don't really comment. Just like, you have to be careful with influencers pushing out content. Because the thing is, it's like everyone can get everything right and wrong. Yeah. Just because I get things right doesn't mean I can't get things wrong. I get things wrong too. Yeah. And what I'm trying to do is trying to speculate on the upside and the downside and try and create plans based on whether the price goes up or down. Yeah. I'm not looking to long at the highs. I'm not looking to short at the lows. I'm looking to do the reverse, looking to long on support and short on resistance. But at the same time, I have a broad mind of the markets and what's happening and the phases that we're in, the corrective phases based on Elliott waves. It's really interesting because I do see these like crypto influencers and it makes me wonder. I'll show you this one. Let me just pull it across. Crypto Tony, I don't know if anyone follows him. BTC USD update remains my main idea on Bitcoin over the next few days. This is his idea. I just don't know what to make of that idea. Like, and the thing is, like, if he gets, I've seen this guy get things wrong so many times and it just gets ignored. But when he does one thing right, he just pumps it to the moon. He pumps that information to the moon and he like predicts, he like pretends to be some kind of god. And the thing is, he does get things right. That's the point. That's the hard thing. Like, this guy is not obviously not getting all things. Like, he's got a lot of followers, 421,000 followers, and his TA is very simple. TA. And so basically he's saying if the price gets above this level on this token, you can long. But it's just, I don't know. Well, my critique was on that idea that he had, this one, and he posted that 2 hours ago. And I'm just wondering if we're in a corrective wave, if that's an ABC, then that would be an AB. It doesn't really make sense when it comes to Elliott waves, because Elliott wave corrections are ABCs. And if you have more than one ABC, then you're looking at an ABC, 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 3 ABCs. Unless you have a little bit more complicated correction and you end up with like an ABCDE and then an ABC or something like that, like a combination of corrections within a corrective pattern. But ultimately, the C has to end up here to go up. So the C is the pivot in the low for an explosion to the upside. And I'm just really baffled, because when I'm looking at this, he's just making it up. Like, it's really baffling. And my thoughts are, if we go up into the all-time high, we're going up. Yeah. Why would we come back down? It doesn't really make that much sense to me to go all the way down. It really, I mean, what do you guys think? It's nuts, no? I just want to have a look at it, like his idea. He's basically saying this. Well, let me pull it up. It's really baffling. The image is too large. It's annoying. Why is it too large? All right, let me do something else. Print screen. It looks good. I don't know. Thing about going up, you see, if we go up now to the all-time high, that's a crazy sign of strength. We are forming a bearish harmonic. If that was to happen, it's like a W. So that's true. But you know, when you get back into the above the previous all-time high, you've had 2 failed auctions. This is your first failed auction. This is your second failed auction. I think the next time we go up, personally, that's what I'm thinking, and that would complete your ABC. Yeah. And then you're just pumping, really. That's what I think. And maybe we get a pre-halving pump all the way up. And maybe it's not like, maybe we don't get a pump. Maybe we just basically slowly going up, like, you know. That's going to hurt a lot of people. If we slowly go up. Because a lot of people are waiting for a deep correction. And then the other thing is, I think if we're going down from going up, like if you're going up here, why would you stop here? I don't understand why we stop here based on this imaginary trend line that this guy has created. Like I have no idea what he's thinking. He's created this trend line. It's not even a trend line because it doesn't link up with anything. Like if you want a trend line, that's your trend line. Why is he not connected it to this point here? So my point is you got to be careful because people have no idea about anything. We'll be looking at his, I mean, he's got a lot of followers. He's got like over 400,000 followers. And they really have no idea about technical analysis and the why. The why is really important. And I think if we're doing this, we break this trend line, which is what he's suggesting. We're going down to take out this low. If this is what's going to happen, I think this is going to be more likely. If that's what happens, why would you stop there? I don't know why you would just stop there. It's a bit weird. If you're going from up there all the way down to here, why stop there? Why would you not go all the way down and take the liquidity there? And then the other question is, if we do go up, you're still coming back into a lot of support. Yeah, if you clear all of that resistance to go up, is the price has never, look, the price has not ignored this previous all-time high. You can see the reactions, support, resistance, support. If we go back up and flip it back into support, I mean, could that not happen? Could we not just go up for the third time, flip it back into support to go up? So you got to be careful with these people. I think that their logic is not sound at all. And I don't usually like to criticize other people because I don't really want anyone to criticize me. I mean, it's all speculative. But this is like crazy speculative, I think. And the thing is, if it happens exactly like this guy, then he's basically God. And then people are just going to blindly follow him. And it's really interesting because I remember when Bitcoin was at 25,000 and this guy was calling for Bitcoin to go back to 15,000, and I wasn't bearish at all. I thought that Bitcoin was going to go up. I'd have to go into his tweets to show you, but he was calling for lower. It would, and the price action didn't look like it was going to go lower. It looked like it was going to go higher. I was like chatting to David at the time, and we were like commenting on this guy's analysis. And yeah, so just be careful with these influencers. Yeah, don't look at their stuff and go, oh wow, this guy's got a big following, he must be right. A lot of views on his posts. Looks good. This guy's saying looks good. 35k. Can't tell. Like a lot of people are just blindly following him. I think it's more likely than not if we go back up to the all-time high. Now this is the question, right? If you go up and you squeeze up, yeah, and you come back down, okay, you've made a new high. That's a higher high. If you come back down, that's another failed auction of the highs. But then I think you'll be wanting to make a higher low, huh? And continue that trend. If you are making higher highs now, you want to make a higher low and continue the trend. If that's what we're doing now, if we're not going to pump, if we're just trying to kind of slowly grinding our way up, you don't just want to go and make a higher high and then go down and make a lower low. So yeah, I got a few problems with his analysis, and we have to see what happens. I'll keep him I'll keep this in mind, and then we can come back to it and see whether he was right or not. And it'll be quite interesting to see. Getting a lot of phone calls. So annoying. People love to phone me when I'm streaming. All right. That's Bitcoin, I think. Any questions? These are the trade plans. Short into the point of control. If we reclaim it as support, then we'll be looking for a long to fill the single prints. Once we fill the single prints, we'll be looking to short again. That's the trade plan. If we go down, we go down. Yeah. If we do go down, then the easiest place to short would be another swing failure. The swing failures are pretty easy. It would be bearish if we go down. So it'd be more of a scalp than anything else. But I wouldn't be looking for anything other than that if we go down. But you have to look, you have to see. Let's say we reverse right now. You know, you have to see where the price finds support. The price could easily we could easily come down into the golden pocket, find support there, and come back up. That can easily happen. It would look bearish, but it's just longs taking profit, shorts taking, you know, it's just the market doing its thing. And to be able to take a long like that, you need an invalidation. So you need to let the price react. You need to let the price start turning, and then you could take a long. Probably in a situation like that, you'd probably be looking for find out where the golden pocket is. You're probably looking for a slightly wider invalidation to begin with, and as the price moves in your direction, you can tighten the invalidation and you can add to your position so that your risk kind of stays the same. All right, but I'm not like crazy about that because I prefer to see swing failures. I prefer to see the liquidity taken from the lows. Okay, if you were to go all the way down, take the liquidity, yeah, you'd be looking, as soon as you come back up into some back tests of some previous level, some SR level, you'd probably be taking profit because you wouldn't expect it to go to the moon. Then you'd be expecting it to find and get into resistance somewhere, and maybe then you could be forming an inverse head and shoulders or something like that again. Right, just some things to consider. The price can always go down. Just because I have it going up right now, this could now, for whatever reason, this could form a lower high and head down. Okay, but I'm not looking to take the trade on a lower high. I'm looking for it to come into the point of control and swing failure this level. Okay, that's Bitcoin. Oh, hey Amir Slurf, loving your daily content. You're welcome. Always welcome. All right.